Liban. For the beginning, I would like to ask you just to close your eyes just for a couple of seconds. It would help me if you just could close your eyes, please. Because closing your eyes is exactly what I think I can visualize here for you to explain what it means to have no access to energy. It's darkness, it's void, and not only the nights are dark without energy, we believe your future is dark. And we have, you can open your eyes again, on the continent of Africa, alone, 600 million people without access to energy, without a future. And therefore, they are moving towards a brighter future, what we call the refugee crisis. We talk about how to solve this a lot. Actually, we talk about how to measure development, SDGs, HDIs. We talk less about how to develop. We think it's important to talk about how to develop. And we think that an often overlooked aspect of development is leapfrogging. Leapfrogging is what happens when people are able to jump around our linear development that we always think has to be replayed, but we can't replay our development because we don't want anybody in Africa using coal, we don't want them using nuclear waste, and we surely don't want them using cheap labor through slavery. So we have to find a solution. The solution is leapfrogging. If you think about it, think about our banking system. We built up banking branches since the 19th century. We have banking branches in every village in Germany. We cannot build that up in every African country. But people are now using mobile systems to use mobile finance, which we don't use here. That's leapfrogging, and it's real. And leapfrogging is important for technology. If we are all for the blockchain, if we all believe crypto can change the world, it will change the world where it can leapfrog, because there are no legacy systems that are against it. So leapfrogging, we believe, is really an option we have to follow. And if I say we ourselves are kind of a leapfrog. We are environmentalists, like Aida and Thorsten Schreiber, who founded Africa Green Tech and created a solar container, a ship-sized container, solar power station that is able to generate 50 to 80,000 kilowatt hours a year. And it's up and running. It's Shebnem Ruzichka, who shouldn't be introduced here because she should be known. She's a peer-to-peer energy expert. She has been working on peer-to-peer energy systems all her life. And she's a crypto. And together with all the rest of the team and people outside supporting us, we are and we build the Sun Protocol. The Sun Protocol is what we think is the fusion of environment and crypto. We start with the solar turner. We generate energy, and we can do more with the solar turner. We can access the internet through satellites. We have a partner. It's running. We can purify water. It's running. And we are working on cooling, produce, and much more. But that's not what makes us cryptos crazy about it. What makes us crypto crazy about it is what we can do even more. We sell energy for the local currency. XOF is the franc CFA in West Africa where we are starting. Once the energy has been consumed, we can measure with smart meters how productive energy has been used. We issue the token not for fun, we issue it for consumption. And we issue more tokens the more productive it is. A sewing machine gets more tokens than using a TV. That is our concepts. Of course, we have to check that with each village because it has to be self-determined. But that is the goal. The token at the beginning is a kind of loyalty program. So each token issued, we guarantee electricity back for it. So this, we think, is an incentive to get the villagers start dealing with the awful wallets that we still have, which we will make better. but they have an incentive because they will deal with the wallet on their phone to get more energy. And with this, we actually set the basis. Because with this, our token gets a value, a real value. Because we believe economy does not start with money. Economy starts with value and sharing values. We had silver, salt, everything you can think of. Every Bitcoiner knows the shell story. Huh? People changed shells as a currency because they had value for them. So what we're trying to do is we establish a value in kilowatt hours that is fixed so that any two parties in the village can rely on trading that back at the solar tenor. And if they can both rely on trading that back for a fixed value, they can start exchanging it for other values. And that is what we think will actually start a true token economy. A self-determined token economy. And to be honest, it's just, it's hard to explain how much this solar tenor is the missing link, right? We love Bitcoin, we love Ethereum, we love a lot of different kind of coins. I heard IOTA today. But we never talk about why they're not being used in the mass, why they're not being adopted. And it's leapfrogging. We don't have pains. We don't have the need to adapt. I can pay with all kinds of means every day. And where we could actually change the world, we don't have electricity. We don't have internet access. And the solar tenor solves it. So why am I here? I am here because we need your support. Because we want to do an ICO that really counts, that really changes something. Not, some Swiss foundation that might never produce more than a white paper. We want really to try it. And if we fail, we will deliver data. Data where economies fail, where money stops flowing. And that's why I'm here. To ask you, the energy and crypto experts, the people dreaming and working for years to support us, to help us. Money, spread the message, give us awareness, give us places to talk, give us people to talk to, anything. Because we can change the world if we just start doing it and if we do it quickly. It's amazing if you look at Africa Green Tech's YouTube channel, sorry. You will see a 12-minute video in German or English. And once you watch it, you will see at the very end a scene, what happens when in a village, for the first time in the life of people, there is light in the evening. Our call is to the sun, not to the moon. And I hope you will support us. I'm through.
Great. Thank you, Sam. Thanks very much.
And vote.
And
you
vote.
have to get the app, go to the dashboard, hit voting, go on Wednesday, click on poll, and vote for Sun Protocol. Thank you.
I should have had you explain it from the beginning, because that's exactly how you vote, guys. So you guys are doing a lot of different things. I sat down with you for a while yesterday, learned about all the stuff you're doing on the ground. It's very true that you are the polar opposite of a Swiss foundation that may only ever release a white paper. I don't know of any Swiss foundations like that. Anyway, so I'm wondering if you can just walk us through, what you guys are doing on the ground right now. What do you have active? What are the projects that, we can see and touch and hear in Africa that you guys are running right now?
Okay, we have in the West African country of Mali, we have our very first prototype up and running for months now, and we have the first 2 iterations. So second generation kind of solar tenors, because obviously everybody who ever did a startup, you learn when you've done it. They are up running in Mali and Niger. So we now have 2 in Mali and 1 in Niger. We have funded 5, and now we're actually funding more. And our goal is with an ICO to fund 500 to have an impact. And we could see them. One village is called Joliba. So you have to fly there and travel there, but it's there. It's not yet on Google Maps. Yeah, we're waiting for the satellite to come, but we're there.
Right. Because what I find really interesting is, I think you're kind of unique in some of the startups that are here in that you guys have started with a physical on-the-ground presence and are using tokens potentially as to supplement that product, to make it more intriguing, to make it more valuable to people locally. Can you explain a little bit more about what the token will be used for, who it's used to reward, what it's used to reward, who trades it, what do you trade it for? Walk us through what the token is.
Okay, generally at the moment, we will have 2 kind of different tokens, one for the ICO and one for the village, because we came to the conclusion that we need a very stable token in the village. So this is like the opposite of what the ICO investor expects. And I don't want to talk more about the ICO because of the lawyers. So we will get there, we are at it, and then we will tell you how it will work. We think it will be a security token. We think it's a hypothesis. So the important thing, the interesting thing is what happens in the village. I mean, every time you think about how to introduce something new, right? Like, you have to think about benefits. Right? You can't go in somewhere and say, even not here, right? Even in Berlin, you can't go to people and say, use crypto because it's better, right?
Right.
It's safe, it's secure. And people are like, yeah, I got cash, right?
Right, right.
So that's why we thought about starting with a loyalty program, right? Because if we create the loyalty program, the token as a loyalty program representation, then what we actually do is we create the the incentive to use the token because you get more energy. So at the first phase, it's simply a loyalty program token, right?
Yep.
But through our guarantee, it actually then starts attaining a fixed value because that's what our guarantee does.
Walk us through who gets the tokens and why they get the tokens.
Okay. So everybody who is our customer, right? We sell electricity in a prepaid system, and once they pull out the electricity, they consume it. Our smart meters get this. They can report it to a smart contract, right? And the smart contract can issue the token, mint it.
Right.
And they get, let's say, for 1 kilowatt hour, they get just, let's say, 1 token, right? If it's a TV. If it was a sewing machine, they maybe get 1.3 tokens, right? Because we think if the person is using a sewing machine, then this will kickstart the economy because it's something productive.
Yeah.
So he probably either does something for himself or he's doing something for others.
Right, and I'm going to stop you there because there's one other question that I want to get to, which is how are you guys different from SolarCoin? How's your model differentiated from what they're doing?
I think the difference is that I believe you have to start with a nucleus. So we're not starting globally, one. Yeah, we're starting with a nucleus. Facebook didn't start internationally, globally. Facebook started in Harvard. That's it, right? And we are starting in a village. That's it, right? In many villages, if the ICO goes well, pilot, understand the system. But we start at a nucleus to understand, to adapt. And then the other difference is our system, the token, and the energy are in the same network.
Right. Okay, great. And we're at time. Thank you so much, Sam. Great to hear about your work.
Vote, please, vote.